right, folks, back on the Bossman Show. Utah Valley Wolverines head coach Todd Phillips here with me on the Bossman Show. How the WAC decided how many in the WAC, the basketball conference is as tough as can be. Coach, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself?
Doing good, Coach. Well, let me ask you, man, how's it feel, man, to get this head coaching gig, man, to hear Utah Valley, a school where a lot of things have been going good for you guys, left into in a good spot with Coach Madsen, man. So how's it been, man, being the head guy now, man?
You know, it's really been humbling a little bit and fantastic all at the same time. Coach Madsen just left a legacy here, which is why I got the job because of all that we've done. But it's also now a little nerve-wracking, to live up to that hype. And, I think we have a really good group coming in and trying to keep elevating the program.
Now for you, move over that one seat and making those decisions now. How has it been trying to manage all those decisions you have to make from day to day, whether it be quick or long term? So how has that been for you, man?
Well, the first thing is the seat's really tough. Coach Madsen's a big dude, played in the NBA, and I'm not little, but I'm like 6'3", so the seat's a little weird, but it's been great. We had to bring in 11 new guys, had a lot of seniors on our team last year, and so took all summer recruiting, and I think we have a really good group. It's just it's hard when it's the first year together with them, but we're excited and ready to get going.
Now, do you feel like with having 11 new guys, man, it's kind of fun, Coach, because you get to kind of mold this clay, kind of see what the chess pieces, how they all fit, man, and be able to figure out, okay, this works, this doesn't work. Does that kind of give you some as a coach, have a little fun, be able to kind of piece these guys together, see what all you have?
You bet. I'm a JUCO guy at heart, was a JUCO coach for 8 years. And so we're used to having new teams. So exactly, it's kind of piecing them together, putting some offense in. We're going to Italy here in 2 weeks and then seeing how those guys respond to that and then make adjustments from that. Just like in a game, you got to make adjustments. I think with your roster and what you're doing with them, you got to make those adjustments. Hey, this doesn't work with this guy. We had the big fella last year that you could throw the ball. I mean, you throw it above anywhere you throw it, you dunk it. This year we don't have the same personnel. And so we got to figure out what works with them.
And how cool is going to Italy, getting these 10 extra practices that you all get to kind of develop that chemistry, see what you have even more, because I feel like that foreign trip come at the right time with you being a new head coach here with the other new guys, man. All the reps you can get is going to help you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it couldn't come at a better time for us, exactly. Get them here, get them involved, let everybody play a little bit, have a lot of fun, some team bonding there. So I think it came at a perfect time. Have to get a lot in a short period of time, those 10 practices, but it's a perfect time for us to go. I'm so happy. It's going to help us so much down the stretch.
And I would say this, Coach, I know when I played, man, when I was around my guys, the summertime, I was more accountable to myself. I was going to get in the gym. I was going to do my extra sprints. I was going to get in the weight room. So talk about that part, having your guys together, having them push each other, make them be accountable. I both know this. We have to coach the effort and energy. That's not a good team. But player-led teams are the best teams that you typically have.
No, exactly. And we haven't had to coach much energy and effort. They're on it. But I also think it's the filling out process, right? There's expectations the players have for the coach and the coach has for the players, but there's that expectation between player and player. Okay, what can you really do? How good are you? Guys don't want to see their peers see them mess up as much as the coaches. And so it is. I think you hit it right on the head. It's that building each other, that bond. That's really important right now.
100%. And Coach, do you feel like the summertime going forward would be more player development driven more than so install, because I know once you get in next year's offseason, you got to establish things. Hopefully you have the guys staying, so you don't do so much teaching. You'll be more just, hey, we're going to get you bigger, faster, stronger, work on your game, more than having to install new stuff per se.
No, I mean, for us, that's been the battle, right? We want to do a ton of individual skill and a ton of development, get the guys better. But, we got to go over to Italy and play 3 games. They got to know what the heck they're doing. We got to have a couple plays in. And so we've really tried to balance that as much as we are putting in some sets and having some organization. It's getting skill development, getting in with our strength guys. They got to get better as players. When they're better, then we look better.
And how important is it to have a good strength guy, Coach? I think fans don't realize how important that strength guy is, that he's around your team more sometimes than you are. He can put fires out before they get to you as other coaches, because he's there with them all the time as being the father, brother, mentor, friend, confidant. Talk about having a good strength coach and what he means to a program.
Yeah. No, for us, it's been the world. We've had 2 fabulous ones, and the guy we just hired is young, but he's been awesome. I really worry about that connection, because that strength coach not only builds their strength, but they got to have trust in him, right? Trust that guy. And, some of these guys are big, buff, bruisers and bodybuilders. Like, oh my gosh, that guy looks amazing. Our guy's more of a, analytic, high IQ guy, a Stanford guy. And so it's like, how do guys respond to that? And our guys have really responded to our strength guy. His name's Caleb John Lewis, and he's been fabulous.
And Coach, for your program going forward, what could be some pillars of your program that you want a young man who listens to this interview, who wants to come play for you? What are the things he must be about to be part of your program going forward?
I think here at Utah Valley, the big thing is obviously we want guys with the 3 E's: energy, effort, and enthusiasm. Now you got to be a player as well, but you got to have those 3 things. Kind of an older program. We're not going to babysit you. We're not going to hold your hand through classes. We're not going to hold your hand all day long. And so we're looking for guys that are self-starters, self-motivators. And I think that the one thing that I've sold guys on and talked to guys that we've recruited is we're more than just basketball. We want to help get you to the next level to be a pro. Everybody wants to be a pro, but we want to have experiences along the way. That's why, 1, we're going to Italy. 2, we do things in practice that build that are enjoyable. We just took our team on a little float trip. And then our assistant coach, Lewis Wilson, Texas guy, built a huge old barbecue. He took what you're supposed to have for a meal and he doubled that. And we had so much food yesterday at my house. And, we want to have experiences with the guys because it's a short window, right? You got 4 years to play. And yeah, basketball is so important. But if you don't build relationships, if you don't have experiences that make you a better person, as a coach, I think I haven't done my job.
Well, yeah, Coach, that's so important because my dad's a coach too, man. And on Father's Day, all his players who text him is like, it's amazing. He tells me all the time, right. You're my only biological son, but I have thousands of sons. That's what he always tells me.
No, exactly. And these kids, a lot of them are single focused right now, right? Oh, I got to get pro. I got to be a better player. But now 4 years from now, when they're done, they look back. They don't remember those days. They remember the experience they have, the brotherhood they have with their teammates. I look just in the Valley right now, how many of these guys are actually work together, have jobs together that have gone through Utah Valley. And it's so important to be a part of that.
And Coach Meskis, man, with the NIL and the transfer portal, you feel like you're able to get a higher quality high school guy because they're so focused on the non-commodities.
Portal guys? Yeah.
Yeah. So do you feel like that's something that's going to help you when you take a young guy? And also, portal is good for you as well because you all been good in the WACs, a darn good conference. But if you want to get a high school guy, you can get a better player because they're not looked at as right now because of the COVID year and how the Power Fives are looking for this certain non-commodities.
No, you hit on the head. And I can complain. We all complain about the portal, but the portal's been really good to Utah Valley. Been really good. Had a lot of success with guys there. We got a 4-star this year, and to me, we're a mid-major in the WAC, in Utah Valley. We won the WAC twice in 4 years. And so we're right there in that mid-major. So we can get some higher end kids and we also lose some of those higher end kids. We got a 4-star out of Vegas. He's going to be a great player for us. He's got to develop, but he's in a system where he can develop, he can make some mistakes and still play, and I think he'll be a fantastic player. And so it's really interesting how it all develops. I think we've been really good because we've taken transfer kids that are transferring down and develop them, giving them their mojo back, getting them to be a player that they were out of high school. And we've had a lot of success with that. If you look at the last 2 years, some of our best players are transfer guys, and so it's like, it kind of works both ways. It's not easy, but you got to figure out a way to do it.
No doubt, man. And I feel like, some kids have to realize, what's good for me. And I feel like your all's program is good for young men to develop because I feel like if you transfer up and you don't really play, you're costing yourself money on the back end overseas because the items kind of like, you're not playing, they're going to get the chance. You only had 10 minutes a game, 4 shots. We're not paying you this good big money. So I feel like coming away to you guys, when you develop and you can play, and I feel like that'll help a young man more than run to a certain brand because it's that sort of brand and you don't play.
You're speaking to the choir. We're going to have you come on and talk to these recruits and sell our guys a little bit. That's exactly what we're telling them. It's like, hey, sometimes it's better to be the big fish in a small pond than a small fish in a big pond. And, we obviously had a couple of guys transfer this year and we wish them the best. They're really good players, but we thought they'd have been superstars at our level. And, I think they can earn big money down the stretch on a longer period of time because you're coming out with better stats and, stayed at a high level, and averaging 4 or 5 points a game.
And Coach, the WAC, man, I think the WAC is a hell of a conference, man. It really is. from top to bottom. You're going from Seattle over to Texas, man. A lot of ground you're covering, of course.
Right.
A lot of freaking flyer miles and bus miles, but man, quality of ball, man, and what you all got going on out there, man. It's great to see, man, the WAC coming back the way it is.
Yeah, no, it's been great. And I think the funnest thing about the WAC, and I say it's fun and maybe is on the outside, not so fun as a coach, is the styles of play. In the Texas schools, they like to get up in you. They're going to press you. They're going to talk to you. They're going to hit you. They're super physical. They're not usually as big. They trap and press a lot more. Then you get out. We're pretty big. We go, like last year we went 7 foot 6'10". This year we'll go 7'1", 6'10". So we got big boys, and we're going to bang you, and we're going to rebound, and we're going to guard. And then you get out Seattle way. Seattle's going to spread you out. Their 5-man's going to shoot it. You got to chase that guy around. And so there's a lot of different styles. And so every game, it's something different. Our big guy's 7'1", 260, and he looks great against one team. Now we go to Seattle. He's got to chase their 6'10" guy around, and he doesn't look as good on the perimeter out there. And so you got to figure out how to play that, how to keep your guys in the game. So it's been a really fun league.
And for you, man, like looking at that, man. So how much do you show your guys in NBA stuff? I know I feel like watching Denver and Miami in the finals was perfect to show a college team of how two teams really play the right way and play together. And the interchangeable parts and the guys were just doing their jobs, where they was defending coverages, man. It was, for me as a basketball savant, great to watch. Then how about you show your guys NBA stuff on Saturday to kind of show them stuff they want to put in their games as well?
We actually show a lot. Coach Madsen started when he got here. I mean, it was to me, to be honest, it was almost like, oh my gosh, 95% is NBA stuff. Where's some college stuff, Coach? But we got to a manageable distance where it was college and pro, and so we do show our guys quite a bit of pro stuff. And I learned a lot of that from Coach Madsen, which was really educated me and helped me to become a better coach by showing the best of the best doing it. And I think you're right. What Denver's doing and how they play together, how Miami even does it maybe better because they have less of superstars, just playing together, and guys do their role, and you have a lot of success.
And Coach, for you, your home court advantage, man, how much does that altitude help you all when people come play you out there, man? I know the Hawks play Utah and Denver, man. I feel a little different. I'm not even playing. I'm just doing radio stuff. Now I feel different. So how is it home court advantage, man, when guys come to altitude, man, trying to play you all, and that maybe you're able to play them a certain way, man, kind of jump on them, kind of get them down a little bit there.
I think it helps. I mean, we kind of don't really talk about it, other than maybe sometimes we're pushing the tempo a little bit more. Say, hey, by the second half in that third period of time, they're going to be gassed. You got to keep pushing. And so I think it does play. Probably living here and being around all the time, we probably don't notice as much. But, it definitely makes you guys feel like they're in better shape. And I think it helps us, even when we go out of altitude and we go, down to sea level, it's a little even easier for us to breathe, so we're in better shape.
And Coach, for you now, I know another part of your job is hard, is schedule. And in the WAC, are you all still having to get balled, or is more trying to figure out 2-for-1s? If people come play you play them, and MTs. So how is scheduling? And you all are good too. So how's all that come together for us to make a good non-WAC schedule, man?
Right. We're still getting bought, which is good, so that we're getting money to play some teams, but it gets harder and harder to find good games. It's just hard to get teams to play us now. I will say when the big fella left, more people started calling us, right? Because he was a problem. And so it's getting harder. The more success you have, the less people want to play you. To get home games is virtually impossible. We're not getting any high level teams to come in and play us at our place. We're always got to play on the road. We're at Utah, at Oregon State, and at Boise State this year. 3 really good teams, and so it's good. It's fun for us. It's a good challenge, but it'll be a lot easier if we could get some of those teams to come and play home and home with us. It's just we're still at that level where a lot of guys don't want to do that.
They're scared of getting beat. That's exactly what it is. It's scared of getting beat. Now, man, Coach, for you, at what point did you decide that you want to get into coaching and wanted to make this your life's path?
Kind of interesting. No, I finished playing D2, and I went to school to get my master's and kind of got into coaching at a D2 there. And, the money's not great. And you're like, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I kind of caught the bug a couple years into it. It's like, hey, I love to do this. And how am I going to figure it all out? And, I was really fortunate, a little different than a lot of coaches. I stayed pretty close to the area. I'm from Idaho. And so Utah's 6-7 hours away, fairly close. But I was fortunate to be in really good programs. We won a lot. And so I think, this is great. And so I eventually went from D2 to JUCO and then over to Utah Valley here. But really fortunate to do that and to be a part of that. And, selfishly, I didn't have to move a lot of places. You look at a lot of coaches and they've had to jump all over the country, and there's advantage to that. Moving your family around, definitely a disadvantage. But I've been really fortunate. And I think part of that's being in good programs with good people. Been around really good people who have shown me the way and learned from.
100%. Well, Coach Phillips, thank you for your time today, man. And I hope to see you all do some big things, man. I hope we play somebody out here near Georgia sometime too. And we played the Jazz. Hopefully, maybe you come out see us play. The Hawks come play the Jazz if you're not playing yourself, man.
You bet. No, love to do that. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you, brother. And I'm gonna get your number offline, man.
Perfect. Sounds good. Thanks.
All right.